Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel English Literature. Today we are going to talk about Bapsi Sidhwa's novel Ice Candy Man. We have already read another novel, The Pakistani Bride, and now it is Ice Candy Man. Get introduced with Bapsi Sidhwa. Bapsi Sidhwa is a post-modern diasporic feminist writer from Pakistan who lives in the USA. Now, the Pakistani Bride, if you go through that video on Pakistani Bride, you will find the significance of the word feminist writer in this context. I'll tell no more because my concern is today is Ice Candy Man, not Pakistani Bride. Her pen exposes her deep experience and concern with the Indian panorama of social dichotomy and women oppression. Women are oppressed doubly. Women are oppressed by the political change, and so you can say the state oppression, and again the family oppression. So women are oppressed doubly, and this women oppression and social dichotomy is the main point in Ice Candy Man. When the country divided in 1947, and that onslaught, that violence of partition, and whatever horrible things happen, it happens for every citizen, but for women the severity was more and from variegated ways. In her novels, every woman character attains a new dignity, struggling in the labyrinth of the patriarchal whirlpool. If it is Zaitun or Carol in The Pakistani Bride, or it is Santa the Aya in Ice Candy Man. The setting of the novel is Lahore. The time 1943, 48, 1947. We got freedom, and before the freedom, the fear, the violence, the onslaught of partisan, all things was turmoil. Just the whole country was in a turmoil, a turbulent situation, a horrible situation. And now, Ice Candy Man, it was originally published in England in 1988. And later it was published in India and US. And then there's the title Cracking India. It was given the formation of a film named Earth by Deepa Mehta. So these are very important to note down. Now, what was the name? Cracking India was in India and US, and Ice Candy Man was in England, and then it was made a film, that is Earth, and it was by Deepa Mehta. Her other notable novels are Water, a novel, The Pakistani Bride, and American Bride, The Crow Eaters, etc. Have a look at the novel. Setting at the backdrop of 1943-48 Indian independence, partition, the rise of Pakistan, and the communal disintegration, the novel opens with the words of Iqbal. Shall I hear the lament of the nightingale, submissively lending my ear? Am I the rose to suffer its cry in silence year after year? The fire of words gives me the courage and bids me no more to be faint. With dust in my mouth I am abject. To God I make my complaint. Sometimes you favor our rivals, then sometimes with us you are free. I am sorry to say it so boldly, you are no less fickle than we. Iqbal, Complaint to God. Then we are introduced to Lenny. Lenny, who is Lenny? Lenny is the crippled girl, and she is the narrator of this novel. Through her eyes, we visualize and experience the contemporary incidents and happenings. She is helpless and depressed with a polio-stricken leg. Lenny is the primary narrator, and through her recollection of childhood memories, we vision the world around her and the outside. The story is told in the present tense, which makes the narration more vivid and poignant. Through Lenny, we watch how the ambience of interracial harmony was devastated after the declaration of partition in Lahore. So the ambience of interracial harmony was devastated after the declaration of partition. So with the declaration of partition, everything was devastated. The interracial harmony. Hindus are being murdered in Bengal, Muslims in Bihar. It's strange, the English Sarkar cannot seem to do anything about it. What should they do? For the first few chapters, everything was normal. It describes Lenny's life and Santa, the Aya, except for the pain and suffering, the alienation that Lenny was suffering. But the scenario changed with a sudden fume of restlessness, mistrust, violence, communal hatred. In the Pakistani Bride, and again Intend to Pakistan by Khuswant Singh, you can feel this type of restlessness, this mistrust. Everything was in placid, serene condition, and suddenly something happens, and people started suspecting the people beside him. An ice candy man who once loved the Aya Santa abducted her and forced her into prostitution as she was a Hindu. So now everything depends on this one thing, that is religion, race. So when a country is going to divide on the basis of religion, the people's identity, everything, their bonding, their relationship, their identity, all sum up in one word. What is your religion? I'll love you and I'll hate you according to your religion. And what is religion? God knows. I don't know. Ice Candy Man, who once loved the Aya Santa, abducted her and forced her into prostitution as she was a Hindu. So if religion became that type of problem in love and hate, in violence, so what is religion? If religion forced one person to kill another, to hate another, that is religion, then I am not for such religion. Later he married her, but she could not forget the trauma of torture and humiliation upon her. She entreated Lenny's godmother to save her, and using her resources, she sent her to her family. So finally, Santa will go back to her family. But the journey, the violence upon her was devastating. The novel ends with the assurance that Aya Santa has reached her family, and Ice Candy Man in his resentful, bereaved heart gets lost. Now we'll look at the major characters of this novel. Actually, here Santa or Ice Candy Man, they both represent a class, a sect, a religion, a concept, a nation. A nation that is based on only religion. Major characters. Lenny. She is a polio-stricken girl of 4 years. She is the narrator. She lives with her family in Lahore. Adi, Lenny's younger brother. Lenny's parents, Sethi family. Lenny's mother is a beautiful and agile. She is sympathetic to helpless and deprived women and always helps them. Lenny's Aya. She is 18 years old and her name is Santa. She has several admirers. Electricant. She is a mini auntie who does everything at the speed of lightning. Cousin. She is a son of Electric auntie and a close friend of Lenny. godmother. Lenny loves her very much and feels secure in her affection. The intensity of her tenderness and the concentration of her attention are narcotic. She is intelligent, brave, and compassionate. So, this is Lenny's idea, Lenny's feeling about her godmother. Attention and narcotic. Ice Candy Man. He is a Muslim who earns his livelihood from all type of odd jobs. He is one of the admirers of Aya, but later during the communal riot, he, along with others, kidnaps the Aya and forces her into prostitution. Later he marries her, though she will be rescued from his clutches. Imam Din. She is the cook of Sethi family. Rana. He is the great grandson of Imam Din. Colonel Bachura. He is the doctor who treats Lenny. Hori. Hori is a Hindu gardener who was converted to Muslim at the fear of otherwise he will be murdered. He took a new name, Hiram Ali. From Hori he transformed into Hiram Ali. Just for religion. To escape the brutality of Muslim mob during the riot. Hamida. She is a new Aya who has to leave her kids to her cruel husband. She even cannot see them. She is a very pathetic character in this novel. Now, significance of the name Ice Candy Man. Who is the Ice Candy Man? The name Ice Candy Man is metaphoric and symbolic in many ways. Ice symbolizes coldness. Ice, cold. Whereas candy is sweet. So, there is an oxymoron you find. The Ice Candy Man who sells popsicle and Lenny's favorite raspberry flavor is a hero as well as the villain of this novel. He loves and adores Lenny's Aya Santa. But that person who loves and adores Santa changed into a brutal man amidst the horror of communal violence. Santa, the Aya, was an amiable heart with beauty and charm. But in the cruel catastrophe of communal disintegration, even the closest man betrayed her. Her lover, the Ice Candy Man, deranged her to be mutilated by the other males as she was a Hindu. So, this is for religion. The shock that she faced changed her. As her previous world shattered, a new world, a new identity sought her. She refused, laughed on, and repented Ice Candy Man. Ice Candy Man later realized his mistake. He later can come out from that cage of religion. But Santa was totally changed. Santa had learned a lot. And with the help of her godmother, Lenny's godmother, she left for her city in search of her own identity. That will be Lenny. Lenny's godmother finally found her and saved her. Now, Bapsi Sidhwa's Ice Candy Man, you can read, is a valuable piece of postcolonial studies that covers migration, dislocation, and politics. You can study it in details. Okay. Thank you.